everyone. This is Candace Smith. I'm here today with Dr. J of Dr. J Speaks, and this is Phat Talk. This is a new podcast. Sometimes it may be video, interviews, or talk, just discussions on certain topics that affect us as women, as plus size women, as just individuals, the things that affect us in our lives. And I'm so excited today to be here with Dr. J of Dr. J Speaks. She will be joining our team. She will be offering us information regarding our health. That's very important. As I'm reaching 40, I know my health is becoming a topic that, I can't seem to avoid no matter what the case. So if you have things that you would like to discuss health related, give us a shout. Email us fatabulousmagazine@gmail.com or Dr. Jennifer Jackson at gmail.com. Is that the right email?
Oh, yes, we can use that one. That's fine. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay. So thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm excited. Good morning, Miss Candace, and thank you to everyone for joining in with us. I'm excited. I'm coming to you from the trees of East Texas. That's what I call my area I reside in. I'm from Tyler, Texas, but essentially, I am grateful to be here with you this morning, Candace.
Thank you, and I'm grateful to have you. I feel like from our first conversation, we kind of both was like, okay, this might be something.
Oh yeah. I think that natural flow allows you to just to be exactly who you are. And it has to be a naturalness, and I felt that with you. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity for Fantabulous. Yes, for what it's going to do for our people. And
Yes.
I'm excited about real talk conversation.
Yes, yes, yes. So we have a lot in store, for this particular segment of Fantabulous Magazine, TV, or radio. Dr. J will, like I said before, will be offering us health tips. If you have a particular health issue that you would like discussed, feel free to email us. So let's just jump right into this.
Yeah.
Who are you, Dr. J? Who are you?
I can't say
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as I shared, I'm coming from the trees of East Texas. I'm a Texas-bred girl. I'm 100% fat-tabulous. I represent those plus-size girls who don't have issue with fatness. I love all things good. I love all things of equity, learning to invest in myself as far as a woman of equity, being involved in a number of things. But first things first, I I'm born and raised from Longview, Texas, to two educators who were phenomenal, super people, consider my father a superman and my mother superwoman, and they came together to form a super force. And so I'm grateful for a solid and foundational upbringing of love and care and of generosity. They were educators. My mother is still a consummate educator. My father has gone on, but I'm so grateful to be able to talk from a capacity of understanding. I'm a daughter, a sister, a wife, a mother, a I'm an auntie. I am a provider of health care to others. I went on to Prairie View to get my undergrad degree in biology and chemistry, and I went to Hampton University to get my doctorate in pharmacy, where I believe in giving back, and I practice as a pharmacist locally here in my community as a healthcare provider and leader here for people. And I serve as a professor. I work with a local school of pharmacy on the admissions committee, and I teach biology at a local HBCU, which I love. Giving back at Texas College here in Tyler, Texas. I served in a large capacity as a pastor's wife, and I am now pastoring now under my church fellowship of my husband is amazing. That's why I call him amazing. He's a bishop, and we serve over the capacity of churches in multiple countries. And so I just give God glory and thanks for any and all opportunities to open my mouth and share what He places on my heart to say. And so I'm unfiltered in that way. I give you straight up. I think that's what makes me different. I give you straight, straight cut with limited, give a little bit of fat on there to give it some flavor. But I definitely believe in shooting straight from the hip and giving it with love and care. But exactly from a point of relativity, with I consider it as we hold where I'm from in our church fellowship, real people seeking real solutions from real people with real issues seeking real solutions from real people, and to be real in that way. And so I choose to serve. I'm blessed that I can rock some things with a pretty face. I've been blessed to hold multiple national pageantry titles, and initially Texas American Elegance to go on to win the American Elegance National Women's title. Going back to win with a phenomenal system called All World Beauties that represents the U.S. And I won the All World Beauties title for the Mrs. division for the women folk. And recently, at the beginning of June, June 1st, I was titled Miss U.S. Plus World Intercontinental, repping for the women over 40 years and above, to go on the first weekend of August, August 6th through the 10th, to compete for a global title or world title for Miss World Plus Intercontinental 2019, where I pray that you all can follow me there with that. But it's all about health. It's all about speaking truth and giving back what we know to help each other. And Ms. Candace, I thank you for this opportunity, because I believe that you're going to speak to thousands, millions even, to inspire them to live their best lives right now. I never wanted to be one that was rocking my nice vehicle, rocking my nice house, rocking my health, and I want to have great health in my 70s and my 80s, because I'm still going to be rocking some stilettos, yes. But
Yes.
I definitely, if you could be with me and say that we want to enjoy that now and allow people to live their best lives. So I'm thankful to join the force with Fantabulous to encourage people to do that.
Yes, and you know what? I am so grateful to have met you, because I always like to have a team of healthcare professionals, because so many people attack, as we just recently seen in the media. As soon as plus size people are trying to celebrate themselves, are trying to like have some type of self-esteem, it's like people attack us. Nike just recently released their mannequin, their plus size mannequin.
Yes, yes.
It was just unbelievable, the negative comments, the negative media coverage that came out of that. And it's like, really, this is fitness wear on this mannequin, and you have a problem with it. It's like, okay, you say we need to lose weight, and then now they're like trying to encourage that, by not just having, yes.
Yeah, you know where we are, you know where we live, and in the capacity of starting some type of community, some dialogue. Most of the time, it's ignited by something. It's a change that's being sparked out there. Something that's lighting a wick, and it more seems like a stick of dynamite that was lit. But I think in a way, it sparked that conversation that needed to be made, and all those naysayers had to unveil themselves to come out so we can see exactly what are they thinking, so we can go this direction. Because as leaders, Nike has always been out there to be a leader out there, to spark some type of creative conversation and dialogue, to see exactly where those dynamite sticks are. I think they've been a trailblazer in that way. So to me, it's all good. This Candace, I think it's a great thing when we see those things come out, because I believe change is coming. Change is coming. They have to take in the fact that there are people of equity that are out there. And I say equity because we bring something valuable to the table. There are
Yes.
persons, and we shared before, I have been, even when I was smaller, I'm a trained dancer. Even when I was smaller, I was still on the thicker side of all things. I was still thicker. I couldn't hide it. I was muscular. I was toned that way. And as I just got thicker, as life has directed me, I'm thick. And with that doesn't mean you're not healthy in all times. We have to take that in
Right.
as a medical provider. They have these scales that people just do not fit. And sadly, it is not color struck. It's not based on socioeconomics. It's based upon people are people, and they have to start seeing those things because we can't fit into these socioeconomically influenced boxes that they're creating for people. And I love this conversation because you're going to start me up. And it's just the introduction.
I know, right? It's like, I've really been wanting to talk about that. I have so many thoughts because, it just really bothers me. Every since I came out with this publication in 2009, I was like attacked. Every time I got interviewed, it was just like, oh, you're negatively impacting the community because you're promoting obesity. And it's like, really, since when? I can't love myself. I can't say that I'm beautiful. I feel that the beginning stages of any type of change starts with accepting where you are.
Right.
And and that's just a personal thing that I had to learn. It's like nothing on my outside changes until my inside changes. So my perspective on how I view myself had to be positive. It could not ever come from a negative standpoint, like, let me just lose this weight so I don't be fat. No, it's just like, I love myself. I care about myself enough to make some healthy changes, to make some changes in my life. And if I don't need to, I love myself enough to ignore the naysayers and to ignore the negative people.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
I'm excited. I feel like we're gonna get into a lot of good a lot of good topics, a lot of good conversations. So I know you mentioned a few things in your background as far as what qualifies you, to talk on these things. But did you have any personal health experiences, that may have shaped your viewpoint on the plus size health community?
Absolutely, Candace, as I shared with you, I am a woman of equity. I'm a 6 foot wonder coming to you from the pine trees of East Texas. Not one thing on me is within the range of what someone would say is standard. I have had the challenge of as I was growing and trying to search out my a love for dance to be smaller at a young age and being placed on fencing and fentanyl and different drugs. I mean, fentanyl when it was first out and people were dropping like flies. Yeah, I remember enduring that when I was in high school and passing out at work, trying to lose weight so I could fit into my uh, be appropriate to try out for certain dance opportunities and do things, trying to lose weight young, and then being on the dance team when I was in high school, and then when I got to college, being at HBCU, just the challenges that most would face of positive body image. I remember dealing with at every turn, having a smaller mom and a smaller sister, and those around me, they were all smaller, but I was 6 feet and didn't fit into anything. I believe God kind of steered me young to be a leader. I didn't fit into anybody's boxes, and as I got older and the more I got committed to my career and seeing that dance was not going to be it for me, I began to focus more on my career path of medicine and wanted to go to medical school, and God kind of helped steer that when my father got sick. with diabetes. So I definitely I foster a heart for diabetics because at a young age when I was in college, my father went from 270 down to 175 in a number of weeks, and we thought he was going to lose us. And I began to learn more about insulin, which started me on a journey. It started me on a journey of love of medication and how that helped to redeem the time for him. And so I turned to a career path of pharmacy school. And with that, as I got more involved in that, I kept picking up weight. We pick up weight, and when you go from having money to no money, you eat a little bit more things that you like. And I went on to have the gastric sleeve and lost. I was almost 400 pounds, and I had the sleeve, and I lost 120. And being with people who go through the sleeve process, that the mental of should I get the sleeve to getting the sleeve and saying, Lord, what have I done? Once you start experiencing some of the pain, and then experience the pain and lose the weight, and then on the other side, we start to gain some of the weight back because you didn't self-correct some of those habits that fostered gaining the weight. So I've been on all sides, Ms. Candace, of that side and helping my patients directly. So I see people every day. These aren't things I talk about. This is a way that I've had to live and had to help other people through their processes as well. There's nothing like being a healthcare provider who has to teach health, and then you have to show in your own health care. People see you before they hear you. And so being one to actively, and I'm not ashamed to share those facets of my journey. As we see people in the public eye like Oprah, who Yo-Yo, and other persons we saw in, what's her name, Angela Hudson, and other members of our, people out there in the community. But I'm one that people in my community can tenderly touch. And we have real talk conversations saying, you know what you should be doing. But I really help people to do it and to see I can be your accountability partner. And as we talk to our community with Fantabulous, I can be their accountability partner. And as we go through, even with our publications and things that we do, I look forward to doing just that as people push towards their goals.
You mentioned something about the gastric sleeve, and it's so many different things that people are trying to do to lose weight. And first you mentioned something about different medications, and that really hit home with me because as a teenager, you know, my weight always seemed to have been an issue for other people, more so than it was for myself. Before I even could recognize, like, okay, weight is something that people judge you on, I just felt like people close to me were very judgmental of my weight. I grew up as well with like a lot of skinny people around me. More of my extended family are more on the plus size, if I guess, or whatever, like aunts and everything like that. But not immediately, my immediate family was not like that. My brother was more muscular. He stayed in the gym. He was very athletic growing up. My sister always been just that right type shape that everybody loved. And then me. And as my brother used to kid me when growing up, like, oh, Candace was the leftover fat. That was a joke or whatever, but it just always seemed to be an issue for everyone else. So as I hit puberty, my mom began to give me just like pills to help me lose. I don't even know what the name of it was. I basically had no say so in it. It was just in the mornings, she would come in my room with her pills that she thought I needed to take, and they were just basically shoved down my throat. And it's like, wow, if I didn't take them, I gained so much weight. When I took them, I felt just like a complete stranger to myself. My body was going through so many changes already. And then with these drugs being shoved down my throat, it's like I didn't even recognize my own body because it was doing things that it had never done before. And I honestly have never really spoken openly about it, but it was such a miserable time in my life. Every day going to school, just not feeling like myself, feeling physically ill, throwing up and shaky, like because they would give you so much energy, the pills.
Right.
So I would be in typing class. I had a class that taught you how to type. And
Mm-hmm.
my hands would be shaking over the keyboard. I'm like, I can't even
Right.
focus. I would have dizzy spells. And I'm like a teenager, no business going through these things, no business having the weight, no pun intended, the weight of how the world views my weight on my shoulder as a teenager.
Candace, so it is not that our parents don't have the best intentions in mind. And the story of what you shared, I've heard, unfortunately, so many times, and generally, and it's not saying, whatever capacity of knowledge that they do, generally, people on the outside of a person forget the fact that if one thing, like even with the gastric sleeve or the gastric bypass or the gastric, there's so many different alternatives that are out there that people do, even with the pills and the supplements that people take. They negate to see if they do not help you establish a firm habit or a way of life, a lifestyle that even when you take that, you come off like you shared. When you didn't take it, you gained the weight or you felt funny. People they yo-yo, and it's because there has to be a way. It has to be a lifestyle because even after you get the sleeve, we're gonna stick with that one for a moment. Even if you get the sleeve, it only can work so well with a healthy lifestyle. And people tend to yo-yo back, but they're gonna come back in a different way because their body has now been altered. And so we always have to we affirm everything with you cannot run away from diet and exercise. As much as our society tries to press about go do this. This is a right now. We have such a microwave situation going on with Generation X, with all the different relative communities of generations that are being involved right now. These are not like microwave. You have to establish a lifestyle, and that's the one thing that in conversation of getting to the root of where somebody is and having that discussion, saying, you know something, I care for you. And when you have a provider who can talk to you and say, you know something, forget all this conversation everybody else got on, because people, generally family members and people who are looking from the outside in, they're coming from a societal way that's like she can't live this way because it's not healthy and you can die, or either you'll come down with hypertension and all these other things. Although I know a lot of people who are a little bit plumper or healthier who have absolutely no health conditions. So I'm going to say this: people have to be mindful to always layer everything with love first, and then go in and identify, find some relativity with the person that you're talking to about their individual story and what's up with them, and then layer on those facets of healthy diet and exercise. Because if that is not done, Miss Candace, there's going to be issues, problems, and repercussions. And yo-yo, for like many people, and that people are commercializing on right now, because that is a source of commercialization in the U.S. Oh, they're not going to make it, and that's why it is a multi-million dollar, a gazillion dollar. I call it gazillion, but anyway, I'm being exaggerative. But it's what people make money off of, sadly. And so
Right.
we have to always layer with love and common sense. And that's, I route it there first. And people just, at times, they're not ready. And from
Yeah.
that, they make another decision. So I'm so happy to hear you openly share that, because I know you're saying a story that represents so many.
Oh, that would be so sad. That would break my heart if that represents so many, because I just feel like, it set the stage for how I viewed weight, food, and, myself for years to come. It really took a personal journey, like me just looking inside of myself, just blocking out what the closest people were saying around me, and just saying, you know what, that's their problem. how they feel. It's their problem. It's not how I feel. And once I recognized that, I was kind of able to just navigate through life differently. And I really stand for Fantabulous because of that experience. I really stand for uplifting, celebrating the plus size woman in whatever capacity that she's living her life. I just really believe that everything starts with just loving yourself. Whatever decision you're going to make, do it out of the love for yourself, not for the love of a man, not for the love of people, not for the love of looking good in this certain outfit or whatever. Because I've been there too, like trying to lose weight just to do this, just for that. And it's just like, that's not the healthy way to go about it, as you said, that yo yo factor comes into play. But so my next question was, what do you feel you have to offer the plus size community? But I honestly feel like we've answered that because, I know just from a few conversations that we have had that you have so much knowledge and information. And not only that, it's just the way that you're willing to share it. I love your openness. I love how you're able to take your personal experiences and tie that in to, really let people know that they're not alone in experiencing things, and wherever they are in their life, it's okay. It's okay, and things can get better.
And Candace, I'm grateful for that because one thing I can say, a lot of people deal with a lot of regret, a lot of shame. People body shame so bad. That's a factor we'll get to talk about in looking at a positive body image. I have just come to a point, this is me, and a lot of the things I've been called to do, such as in pageantry, and being blessed to do some plus size modeling for some various designers. That this is me, and I feel I've been called to do some things that is, and if I've been called to do it, and that's where I link my faith into what I do, then what am I going to worry about? And it's not me with the situation. I know that there are other people that have a who have dealt with some things. We all know weight is a factor of our life, but it's something that we've got to learn that if you can get past this, you have things to do. You have things that your life is more than what you just put into your mouth, and things that it's more or less what comes out of it and how we communicate ourselves and show ourselves to the world. This is not just something that is local to the US. This impacts the world. And if there's only one other facet of people, there are men, there are women, and there are men. And with that being said, men and women, we all deal with this alike. So we have to take charge of our health. With no health, there is no life, and there's no communication. So I feel blessed to be a part of the conversation, and that's what I press: a conversation where we can agree to disagree on some things, but state my truth, and to go in that way and to state the facts and what studies have shown and what's happening throughout the world. I think our impact has to be global, not just something local and limited, but things that are impacting across the world. And I look forward to us sparking those conversations.
I definitely agree. We're going to do that. We are definitely going to get into some good conversations, and I'm looking forward to it. So, Dr. J, what are some upcoming projects that you have that you're working on right
Oh, wow. I have to tell you, I have been the most phenomenal way of giving back came a couple of about a month and a half ago, roughly, where I was invited to be a uh, commencement address speaker, which will be next Friday at a a college in my hometown of Longview, Texas. And I feel so grateful to go and give back that way. So next Friday I'll be speaking at it's through Vista College in Longview, Texas, with people who gain skill-based learning and going to speak with them about you are relevant, you are relevant, and you are relevant. And sharing that it's time to move right now, to live now in this moment of door in the door of opportunity. As I shared, I work within ministry, and so those are things we do. We do outreach weekly with I believe in hitting all areas of our community, those who are spoken for and those who are not that well, for the sick and shut in, those who are homeless, those the orphans. We work in the capacity of giving back with those single moms or those who are raising children by themselves. It's not just women, but covering the capacity of those who are not spoken for the most. And that's what I work to do weekly. Today, even, we have an outreach that goes from 12 to 2, and then this evening to feed the homeless and those in need tonight, every Wednesday here in my local area. But as far as activities that go, I will be leading the Goodwill here. Services area has a phenomenal fundraiser that takes place in uh, Tyler, Texas, which is like the mecca of the country. And I will be the MC for that event that takes place in July, second week of July, 13th, excuse me, July 13th in Tyler, Texas. And then traveling abroad, I will be in North Carolina next week and travel straight in for the commencement address, working with a phenomenal organization called Young Life that gives back to high school students and students who are entering into college, to make sure that they are set and ready, no matter the color, denomination, socioeconomic state. Giving back to that, my husband and I will be traveling to the mountains of North Carolina to do that next week. So, and then competing in the Miss Plus World pageant that is set in Houston, Texas, August 6th through the 10th. So you'll see me rocking and ripping the runway there, and going to get what's mine in Houston, Texas. God called me to it. I'm not even worried about it. To go compete with some phenomenal women in the Miss Plus World pageant. I represent the 40 and over, because I believe once you get 40, you can still rock what you got, and we're still relevant. And there are women of all ages seeking to identify with someone to say, yes, you can. And so I'll be competing there in August with my platform called Be the Glow. Fantasia, Fred Hammond, and others came out with an amazing song called Be the Glow. And it's essentially speaking about women and men being that light that you're supposed to be. And you're an individual, and we've all been invested with knowledge and information to give back and share with other people. And so I rock, Be the Glow, and those are some activities shortly, and I'll have them posted where you all can get to it on all of my means of social media. And you contact me at drjennifer.jackson@gmail.com, or I am Dr. J. O'Neill Jackson on Facebook, and then also Dr. J Speaks with Dr. Jennifer Jackson on YouTube, or Instagram. You can reach me at Miss US Plus World Intercontinental on Instagram. You can reach me out on that. So there's a means of, I am accessible if you need anything, but I'll definitely have those things posted for others to see. Ms. Candice.
Yes, thank you. I just want to tell you thank you so much for all that you do in the community. You know, people take those things for granted, but I have learned that people like you are rare. I'm so serious, that just dedicate so much of their time giving back. That's very rare. A lot of us, that people work, they have their families, and we're just kind of like all in our individual worlds. But those people that have their worlds and then spend so much time giving back to total strangers, or, just taking their life experiences and sharing them with people to help them make better choices. I really just have to commend that. And I just really want to tell you, thank you so much for all that you do, because it's so important. And I just want to encourage anybody that will listen to this to please become active in your community. It's so many opportunities to help. You have something to give back. You have something to say. You have something to do. Somebody out there needs you. So don't ever think that you don't have anything to give. You have plenty to give. Just go work, help out at the homeless shelter. Do something to help build our communities back up. So once again, I just want to tell you, thank you so much, Dr. J, for what you do in the community.
Thank you,
Yes, thank you, and thank you for joining today. I have enjoyed this conversation greatly.
I'm geeked about what's about to. I think we're just beginning to crack to see the tip of the glacier, to see the tip of what we're about to go into, and in any way as working in servant leadership. I think that's our onus is to give back, to live, yes, to live. I think you can go live and enjoy, but this is something, everything I do, I love. And so the opportunities that we all come together, as I said, like a super force, and we go and do what we've been called to do and sit down.
Okay.
At church, we have this saying that say what you guys say and sit down. And put your happy self down. So that's
yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's some good advice. Well, Dr. J, that's it for today. That's a wrap for today. But we will definitely be back. Once again, if you have any questions, if you have any topics that you would like to discuss, anything, any advice that you want to get from Dr. J, feel free to reach out to her, Dr. Jennifer Jackson at gmail.com. You can also email Fantabulous Magazine at gmail.com. I am so looking forward to some great conversations. This is Phat Talk with Dr. J. Once again, this is Candace Smith, and until next time, we're out. Peace.
Blessings. Peace and blessings.
Hello, my name is Candace Smith, and I'm the creator of Fantabulous Magazine. In 2009, I created this publication to give the public a positive images of plus-size women. I wanted to uplift, encourage, promote, and celebrate the plus-size woman in whatever she did. It's been a long journey, and I will be honest, there were times when I wanted to put the magazine to rest. But Fantabulous Magazine is a part of me. It is who I am, and I want to continue the legacy for the rest of my life. I want to reintroduce you to Fantabulous Magazine. We're going to be doing a lot of things differently, and I hope that you will join us in some amazing interviews as we interview plus-size women living their lives, doing their thing, doing whatever they love to do, and showing the world that we are who we are. We are to be loved. We are to be celebrated no matter what. And that true beauty comes from within. Thank you. Did you know that there are 4.5 million notary publics in the United States? That's equivalent to the entire population of New Zealand. But you don't want to just use anyone for your notary public services. You want to call Deonna. Deonna will help you get your papers signed fast. Call Deonna. Deonna will come and officiate your wedding. Call Deonna. Deonna takes care of all of your notary public services. Find Deonna today by simply opening up your Facebook app and searching for Anywhere, Anytime Notary Public. Again, that's Anywhere, Anytime Notary Public. Don't wait, don't delay, get on Facebook and find Deonna.